So let's get your thoughts on lean. I'm in love with lean. I've got a whole part of my shelf that's dedicated to lean books. For me, it was an absolute no-brainer that the future development of project management skill sets has to be aligned with the whole concept of fusing the lean philosophy with project management. I think
100%.
Project management is more the execution part of it, and lean is more the analytic or business analysis part of it. I think it's unquestionable.
No question whatsoever. And I think lean is not just in the project management space. Where I see a lot of value in lean is also in the portfolio.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the challenges that a lot of organizations have is they have this portfolio of projects, right? That's how they view a portfolio. Lean portfolio is a little bit different. You view it as a portfolio of investments.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes, words are similar. It's a different way of looking at it, but it's an investment of capacity, investment of knowledge. It's an investment that you're spending.
Yeah.
The challenge, though, is that we tend to invest too much, right? You look at your WIP organizationally, not just within the team.
Yeah.
If you've got an organization that's, a mid-sized company and they've got 500 projects going on.
Yeah. Okay. Now I understand what you mean.
Way too
that
much.
we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. We think, hey, more is better.
Yes.
And we're actually wasting. It's another form of waste because you don't have the resource capacity, the coordination capacity, or the organizational capacity to manage that much work in progress.
And think how it manifests. We start multitasking in the teams. We don't have a prioritized list of work because everything is so important. So we've started the problem right at the top. And then it manifests.
I agree with that. I think lean definitely has to become part of the overall portfolio thing. And I think there's so much space for it because I think probably the weakest link in the 3 Ps, the PPPM that I always refer to, is the portfolio thing. I'm always shocked when I talk to senior executives and I say, listen, how many projects do you have in your portfolio? And they look at me
First thing I do. Yep.
And I say, well, what's your annual budget for projects? How many of those projects are OPEX and how many of them are CAPEX, if that's the vocabulary that you use? Or how many of them are internal? How many of them are external? How many of them are strategic? How many of them are impact oriented? How many of them are return of investment oriented? And people look at me like, I don't know. I have to ask my assistant. And then you ask the assistant, says, I don't know.
Because they're not tracking it, probably.
Yeah. And that's a shock to me. That's a shock to me that I think that all executives would. This is what's a big shock to me still today. And I'm gonna get some bad vibes from some listeners on this, or maybe some laughs.